Donnie, you know, usually when you don't get in that dash, you know you got a lot of work cut out for you. But you guys have been doing this so long, you didn't panic, and you just picked your way up through there. You used the lap traffic to your advantage. The move you had down here in turn 3 to take the lead was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was a great race. I can hear a new rule coming. You won't be able to win if you run the B main, so that'll be next. But great effort by this team. You know, you're going to have nights like that. Heat race, we just seemed to get caught up there on the outside behind the guys on the front row and made some bad laps and got ourselves behind. So you know, had to run the B, come back and rally back. You know, phenomenal job. These guys have worked hard on this race car. They've worked hard on everything on it. So you know, it's hats off to the STP team.
Donnie, about the midway point of that race, it looked like, okay, I found my rhythm. I found the bottom of the racetrack. You could get off of turn 2 down here probably better than anybody else. Well,
the racetrack was tricky. I just couldn't quite figure out how to get my car to roll in the right spot till later in the race. You know, I kept having to enter. I got so tight on entry, I just couldn't get in the right spot on exit. So it took me that long to figure out how to do it, and lucky I was able to stay in a good spot and stay with them, and you know, had some lap traffic there to get to the guys. So you know, it's you got to move around on the racetrack. You know, you can work on these cars all you want, but you have to run the pedal. You got to move the wing. You got to do a lot of things. So you just hats off to a great race team and their ability to get it pretty close for me.
There he is in the victory lane for the 26th time in the World of Outlaws this season. What do you say? What do you say to that? It looked like you had this one in control, and all of a sudden down here in turn 3, there he goes.
Yeah, I got to a group of cars there, and I wasn't really sure where to race, and I knew my times had slowed down a lot, and you know, that team and Donnie and Ricky and all those guys, they've mastered this type of racetrack, and it's made everybody in the pit area work extra hard to try to beat him, and my hat's off to him because he's done a great job all year, and every year he does a great job, but this year especially. And you know, we're getting there. We're getting better on slick racetracks, and just got to thank Matt at FK Shocks and of course Steve and Andrew and Bob. They've worked extremely hard for me all year long, and you know, for a first year team, you know, we've had a pretty solid season, and to come out here and to compete on a track like this where I struggled earlier in this season, you know, during Ohio Speed Week, to come here and have a good run says a lot for my team, GoPro, and Justin and Kyle for giving us all a great opportunity to come out here and do what we love to do. And just got to thank all the fans for sticking this cold weather out, and just happy to be here on the front straightaway. I think it was extremely important to start up towards the front, and you know, we just got to get a tick better to beat that darn 15.
That green-white checker finish, did you think you had maybe a little bit something on the end?
No, I didn't. I was actually, I don't know if I sealed my tire up or what, but after that caution, I felt like I had a little bit more grip than what I did previous. So, you know, we'll mark this down in the book as lesson learned, and hopefully when we come back and if we ever get this scenario again, we'll be a little bit better.
Shane Stewart comes home in that second spot. Do you think after winning the dash you were just a little keyed up?
Yeah. That's pretty awesome to get the race with Steve Kinzer, let alone pass him back. But, you know, we'll take this. You know, I thought we could pass Shane for the win, and here comes the computer, Donny Schatz, to pass everybody. But, you know, I'll take it. I wish we could have come in second, but come back next year.
Good showing, though, for the locals tonight. Heat races and everything, and you held up the Fremont Speedway in.
Yeah, you know, our guys are pretty tough, and these outlaw guys, you know, they have to learn to pedal these cars a little bit. This isn't a half-mile lockdown racetrack, and, you know, it's still pretty tough to race with them.
Chris Andrews comes home in that third spot.